You look at your screen. It's blank. Yesterday you made a few bad sketches and couldn't render at all. You have a bad taste in your mouth, and you think that you fail again. You keep looking at the canvas, but your desire for perfection freezes you to start. I remember when I first started out in my art journey, I had no expectations. I was having fun. I was a beginner. I allowed myself to make mistakes. From mistakes, I became a better artist. I was learning and growing. A few years have passed. Naturally, I couldn't call myself a beginner anymore. I started getting commissions and my art started getting recognized. I started to put up expectations on myself. I'm a pro artist now. I can't make bad art anymore. This was one of the biggest mistakes that nearly cost my art career. I'm not joking. Many people fall into the same trap. They feel that they need to put on adult shoes as soon as possible. They begin to stagnate from pressure. This is a common beginner trap. To stop identifying as a beginner. In life, there's always something to discover. In art, you are always learning. Are you afraid of making bad art? Let me tell you. The essential skill for any artist is a willingness to make bad art. But why this is so important? How does this help in the creative process? Art is based on iteration. You can't have your 10th iteration without your first. And how do you get your first iteration? When you pick up the pen and start drawing. By starting, not dreading over the possibilities of failure, of perfect success, instead, focusing on the present moment, allowing yourself a chance to fail. You are only free if you give yourself an opportunity to fail. As we grow older and more experienced in our craft, it's easy to lose sight of the joy and curiosity that we once had as children. When we were young, creating was just about having fun and exploring our imagination. There was no pressure to create something that was good or worthy. You created because it was fun and because you were curious about the world around you. You didn't worry about failure because you were too busy with discovering and learning. But as you grew older, society's expectations and your own self-imposed pressures have slowly crept in, both of which are slowly chipping away at your innate curiosity and courage. You start to worry about what others will think, about whether or not your art is good enough. You become afraid of failure and the judgment that comes with it, and, as a result, your creativity begins to suffer. The issue has especially become rampant with the rise of social media. It places even more pressure on unsuspecting artists. They think that their art is only good when it crosses a certain threshold of likes, or when they reach a certain amount of followers, or when they start getting commissions. All pressure, all that eats away at your courage to try new things, because you fear that not conforming to trends will destroy you. Let go of the need to create something that is good or worthy. Society's standards of what is good are changing and are often subjective on the daily basis. Create for the sake of creating. Create because it brings you joy and fulfillment. Create because you're curious about the world and want to explore it through your art. Remind yourself that being creative is a process and a journey, not the destination. It's a journey that will be full of twists, turns, and failures. By focusing on the process rather than the outcome, you'll be able to rediscover the joy, wonder, and the curiosity that you once had as a child. And most likely you will do it with a better perspective as an adult. So take a step back, relax, and remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. And it's okay to not be perfect. Embrace the power of failure and let go of the pressure to create something amazing. And above all, remember to have fun and explore your curiosity, because that's what truly matters in the end, the passion and the joy of creating. It's why you fell in love with the process in the first place. By becoming comfortable with failure, you build resilience and experience. You are able to experiment with new techniques and ideas without the fear of not them working out. It allows you to take risks, to try something new, and push boundaries of your current skill set. You may be wondering, how can you achieve this comfort with failure? Well, one of the most effective ways is to lower your barrier to creating. Make an effort to sketch whenever possible, whenever you are, and whenever you can. By doing that, you're building hours and hours of practice. This is crucial for developing your skills and becoming more comfortable with the creative process. A professional artist is just a beginner who fell in love with the process. Each artist has gone through the process of failing. It's a natural part of the creative process, and by embracing failure, you are opening yourself up to the new possibilities and tremendous growth. My fellow anatomy enjoyers, I ask you to embrace the power of failure. Lower your barrier to creating and start building mileage today, because in the end, the only way to make great art is to be willing to make bad art first. Make an effort to keep creating no matter what. Don't rob people of your creativity. Remember, art is a marathon. We must make sure that we can create with no pressure and fall in love with the process. As you move on with your day, I want you to think back to all the times when you were lost in your creative process. The times when you lost yourself completely in the process of painting, drawing, writing, or creating. Remember the feeling of being in the zone where nothing else existed except for you and your art. It's a magical feeling, is it not? Now, think about the times when you failed. Your painting didn't turn the way you wanted to, or when your writing felt flat and uninspired. It's easy to get discouraged and give up when you fail. But I want to remind you that those moments of failure are as important as those moments of success. Each time we fail, we're given the opportunity to learn and grow as creators. It's easy to focus on the end result and judge our art based on whether or not it's good or bad. But the truth is, the process of creating is as important as the final product. Especially now, with the rise of AI, when you can have quote-unquote a finished product in just 2 minutes. It's the moments when we lose ourselves in our art that truly matter. It's in those moments that we are able to tap into our creativity and push our boundaries. So, the next time when you feel like giving up after a failure, I want you to remember the feeling of losing yourself in your art. Remember, failure is just a part of the process and an opportunity to learn and grow. Embrace it and keep creating, because that's what truly matters. Your art is important and valuable, even just to yourself, regardless whether it's good or bad. Keep pushing yourself, keep experimenting, and above all, just enjoy the process. I'd love to hear your own ways of embracing your failures in your own journey. Pick up the pen and start drawing. Bye!